what's the difference between Pyra and Mythra? These two Xenoblade girls share a lot of the same attacks, but what really makes them tick? What causes their playstyles to be so unique and different from one another? That's what we'll discuss today. To start off, let's quickly break down some of their movement traits. When it comes to running speed, Mythra is far faster than Pyra. It's not even close. Mythra also gets a little more distance with her jumps, while also having a faster falling speed. Basically, Pyra is floatier. Their weight is also a little different, with Pyra being a bit heavier.
What did you say?
Yeah, sorry Pyra, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Also, Mythra has a unique mechanic called Foresight. If she's hit during a dodge, Foresight kicks in and slows down her foe, allowing her an opportunity to get an easy punish. Pyra doesn't have a unique ability of her own. Now let's get into the good stuff, their movesets. We'll start off with their normal attacks. Across the board, they share all of the same normal moves, but there are distinct differences between them. Just to get this out of the way now so I don't have to say it for every move, Pyra's attacks are always stronger, and Mythra's attacks are always faster. If there happens to be an exception to this rule, I'll point it out. First up is their neutral attack. When tapped, the big difference is the trajectory of the final hit. Mythra's move launches the opponent more vertically, but when ending the move with the flurry, the moves are pretty much the same. Next, their forward tilt. Mythra's knockback on this one is much weaker. It's also worth noting that Pyra's attack has a farther reach. Now their down tilt. Mythra's version again has less knockback, but it's a very strong combo tool for her at almost any percentage. Even Pyra can combo with this move at lower percentages. Pyra's version also, once again, has a little bit more reach to it. Onto their up tilt. The main difference is, once again, the knockback of the moves. Mythra's version isn't even remotely close to the strength of Pyra's, but this allows Mythra's version to be another reliable combo starter for her, even being able to combo into itself, unlike Pyra. But Pyra's up tilt can be a decent KO option at higher percentages, which can't really be said for Mythra. Next up, their dash attacks. Mythra's speed can be seen in full force here. Her dash attack finishes right as Pyra begins her swing, but Pyra once again shines with her raw strength, dealing way more knockback than Mythra's dash attack. Now let's take a look at their smash attacks. First, their forward smash. Pyra's version mops the floor with Mythra's in regards to each move's power. Pyra can kill Mario at center stage starting at around 73%. Whereas with Mythra, she wasn't able to get the KO until 136%. She may have the speed, but she doesn't have the muscle. Pyra can also hit opponents from a greater distance. Now for their down smash. These are pretty similar overall. The strength and speed differences obviously still come into play, but it's not as extreme as their forward smash. Not much else to say here. Finally, their up smash. These operate a lot differently than their other smash attacks. Pyra's is a 2-hit move, but Mythra's can hit with a maximum of 5 hits. Despite this, Pyra's attack still deals more damage. Neither character has much luck hitting foes with the backside of this attack, at least on a smaller target like Mario. And as expected, Pyra's attack again has more reach, and way more knockback. Now let's dive into their air moves, and we'll start off with their neutral air. Pyra's move is just 1 hit, but Mythra's is a multi-hit with a max of doing 3 blows. Pyra's attack also has way more knockback than Mythra's, which of course is nothing shocking. Pyra's move deals less damage when getting a late hit with the move, while Mythra's damage depends solely on how many hits she can land. Now their forward air. Pyra's move hits really hard and is a good pick for finishing off her foes when edge guarding, while Mythra's is a great combo tool due to its blazing speed and weak launching properties. Moving on to their back air, the big difference again is, you guessed it, the launching power. Pyra's back air is a very powerful move and great for KOs, while Mythra's attack barely launches her opponent at all, which yet again allows her to combo. Time for their down air. Outside of the regular speed and power differences, there's one major factor separating these two moves. When timed right, Pyra's down air is a meteor smash, and a very good one I might add. It has a long reach and a generous window for the meteor smash to work, both near the start and middle of the attack. Even when getting a late hit, it's still very powerful. It's also a very prominent move in her kit because of it being a combo starter. Mythra's down air is very weak, but is still a decent option for poking below the ledge. And finally, their up air. Much like every other air move, Mythra's attack is a hell of a lot faster and weaker than Pyra's. There's not much else to say on this one. With all that out of the way, we'll now examine their special moves. Unlike their normal attacks, almost all of Pyra and Mythra's special moves are completely different attacks. So let's kick it off with their neutral special. Pyra has Flame Nova, while Mythra has Lightning Buster. They are both chargeable moves and multi-hit attacks, but that's about all they share in common. When uncharged, Mythra's attack comes out a tiny bit faster, but when going up to max charge, Pyra's move actually edges out with its speed, as it reaches max charge faster than Lightning Buster does. Also, Pyra's attack hits on both sides of her. With no charge, the front side of Flame Nova does more damage than Lightning Buster, but the back side of Flame Nova ultimately does less damage, primarily because it's getting less hits. However, at max charge, the moves inflict the same damage, at least with the front side of Flame Nova. Flame Nova can also kill a little earlier at max charge, but Lightning Buster is no slouch. Its knockback isn't much weaker than Pyra's move. Even though Mythra's attack hits in front of her, it can still manage to catch foes in close proximity behind her. She can also flip the attack around mid-charge. Pyra, however, can't flip her move, but you can slide her to the left or right while performing it. Both of these moves do good shield damage, but Pyra's does a little bit more. Also, Mythra has two unique traits for Lightning Buster. First, her sword has a hitbox while charging the move, meaning it can potentially do more damage than Flame Nova. She also has a very brief moment of invulnerability at the start of Lightning Buster. Pyra does not share this trait. I could probably keep going on, but to sum it up, these attacks are very different. Now for their side special. Outside of once again being multi-hit moves, these attacks share pretty much nothing in common. Pyra uses Blazing End. She throws out her sword, which then spins in place and then returns to her. While the sword is let loose, Pyra can freely move around and even shield, but she can't attack until her sword is back in her hands. This is the only projectile move available for Pyra. Mythra uses Photon Edge. She blazes forward at lightning speed while swinging her blade. Perhaps the biggest bonus to this move is it gives Mythra another option for recovery, which Pyra sorely lacks, making her recovery far more predictable. On to their down special. This is the only special move the characters share. It simply transforms them into their other half. Making use of well-timed character swaps can be very rewarding. Ending it off is their up special. Pyra uses Prominence Revolt. She takes a large leap upward and then dives back down, causing a fiery explosion if she lands on the ground. It's a very powerful attack, being a great option for KOs due to its fast speed. However, the strength of the move can be a little finicky. If your foe is too far or caught right inside of where you land, it's not going to be quite as terrifying. You just gotta make sure you land in the right spot. Mythra has two versions of her up special, being Ray of Punishment and Chroma Dust. Both moves start the same with an upward slash, and then she shoots out a burst of energy. If you just tap for the up special, she'll use Ray of Punishment, which fires a single orb of light energy that then explodes on contact with anything. If you hold the special button or tap it several times, she'll instead use Chroma Dust, which releases a wide spread of energy blasts. These moves are the closest thing Mythra has to a projectile. Chroma Dust in particular can be very useful for edgeguarding due to its wide spread and how it launches opponents. Both Pyra and Mythra's moves get about the same total vertical distance, with Mythra's going maybe just a tiny bit higher. Horizontal distance is very different though. Since Mythra doesn't dive down like Pyra, she can cover way more forward distance, which once again gives her more options for recovery, which is a particularly bad area for Pyra as a whole. Anyway, that's it for their special moves. In regards to their grabs and throws, there really isn't anything significant to disclose. There's not much of a difference here, outside of Pyra dealing more damage and, in general, tossing the opponent a little farther. As for their final smash attacks, they are unique moves. Pyra uses Burning Sword, while Mythra uses Sacred Arrow. The most significant differences here are the damage dealt and the knockback. Pyra's final smash can kill at earlier percentages due to its stronger final blow, but Mythra's Sacred Arrow deals way more overall damage, which is about a 30% difference. a rare case of Mythra actually doing more damage. And that should do it. Pyra and Mythra are basically a yin and yang character. The areas where Pyra suffers, Mythra excels, and vice versa. Pyra is all about damage and securing KOs, but Mythra can rush in on foes and unleash combos with her crazy speed and quick attacks. To get the most out of either character, I feel like you really have to learn both of them and know the right time to swap. That doesn't really mean you can't main one or the other, but I do think you're missing out on the full potential of these characters by doing that. With that being said, which one do you prefer? The hard-hitting Pyra or the speed demon Mythra? Sound off in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Catch you later.